So a number of people have asked me to revise a video I did for a GoPro Hero 3 many years ago. And I'm using a Hero 8. This is about the settings I use when I hike. And it's similar to settings I use for other things too. Unless I'm doing action, I'm going to stay at a low frame rate, particularly if I'm moving through the woods, because there's a lot of things for the pixels to process. In other words, the video, if the end product you want it to be really sharp and everything, and particularly if you're in an area where there's millions of like leaves and lots of twigs and limbs and shapes, I don't go for 60 frames per second or any kind of high frame rate, not even 48. I typically go for 24 or 30, and you know, movies, people are used to seeing 24 frame video for ages. Now, so that's kind of what I tried to do. And what that typically does is in the videos, it gives the each frame more data. So in other words, if you're dividing, say 60 megs per second or whatever a GoPro records that, it says it records at 100, maybe the Hero 8 is 100. Then if you're dividing it by 24, you got a whole lot more data in each frame than you do if you're shooting at 60. Now, if there were a lot of action or something going on, I might do something different. I'm here with Hendrix in the woods. This area where I am today is, I call it Jamie's Woods because Jamie Griffin's done a lot to develop these trails here. But it's 40 acres of land that's sort of like not being used. I say 40, it's more like 80 acres, I think we found out. And he's cut about 10 different trails through here. I'm gonna take this trail here to the south. This one goes all the way out to a place called Bethel Park, and it's beautiful woods. And I'm gonna show you it now. I'm just holding this handheld right now. A great camera stabilization on the Hero 8. So this is what I typically shoot at, 4K, wide. I mean, wide field of view now, I'm not narrow. Now, you might want to go to, not narrow, I say, but medium field of view, or linear, I guess is what it's really called now. So I'll show you the difference. I'll go from 4K to linear. Right now we should be getting just a broad, wide view. The thing is, things look a little, in a fisheye mode, things are going to look a little bit smaller, really. I mean, I think they do. The fact that it tries to pull more in from the sides, you're getting the width of everything, but things look kind of small. I'll show Hendrix here in front of me. So we're 4K wide now. Let me go to 4K and go to the linear mode. So now we're in 4K linear. We're not getting nearly as much of the woods, but it kind of gives things, I think, a little more realistic view. I think if I were just going in a trail like this, a lot of times I might shoot in linear. I may go back to wide here just in a moment though, just so you get a better idea. This is really what the eye would more typically see without the fisheye effect. It's very subtle at this point. And I'm moving slowly through the woods because of my dog. But also you can kind of see how this would look at just a very slow walk. And I'm holding this in my left hand. I got the leash in my right hand here. And so typically I'll be able to do this a little bit more steady. Let's go back to wide view. Okay, so now I have the stick upside down. I wanted to kind of get the trail from Hendrix's point of view. I've got the camera hanging upside down. I got the stick hanging low so I can kind of shoot him as he goes. I'm gonna switch to my right hand right quick. And now we'll experience this as Hendrix would experience it. What do you think, buddy? Go on your walk. I really like shooting this low angle like this. I just think there's a whole lot of interesting things you can see if you shoot this way. Things you might not notice if you're kind of up high. So I always, when I go on a hike, I take a selfie stick. Now I might do an establishing shot with a drone or something if I'm in a place that allows you to do that. Got a little bit of an itch. I think Hendrix likes this trail. It also looks cool to go to a high shot, so I might do that just here in a second too. And we have had a tree come down out here. Check that out. Wow, my buddy Jamie would like to see that, I'm sure. So yeah, now I've got it up in the tree level. Someone's put little rocks out here. That's kind of cool. See, I like to kind of get creative with the angles. I don't share a whole lot of my hiking videos. I keep a lot of them just for kind of fun. This is the first time I've ever been out in these woods with Hendrix. I think he's loving it. Where's my buddy? Different trails have been cut in different directions. I'm holding the camera about 8 feet up now, shooting down. Did you have a good time so far? Huh? Come on, bud, let's just go. This is the SuperView version, SuperView setting, which I very seldom use because look how fish-eyed the trees are over on the right and left. Now, if I were out at Linville Gorge or someplace, standing on the edge and wanted to get as wide a view as I possibly could, I might use this. For my hiking videos, I almost never use this. The only thing you want to do is just show a massive environment. And you can't see, we're getting the maximum amount of, maybe you want an effect like that, just to show the canopy of the trees and stuff here, which is beautiful. We've all seen shots like that. It looks really nice, doesn't it? And if I want to show me and Hendrix, that'd be a really cool shot, I guess. Get me and Hendrix from high up. Hendrix, look at the camera. You don't want to look at that camera. But yeah, so that's a really cool selfie type thing right there. I'm back in linear field of view. I am using the HEVC, or I think it's called codec for this. So I'm recording this in pretty high definition, it should be. I'm about to say high definition, high bit rate. What I really meant. These woods are so silent. It's one of the quietest places I've ever walked. You really meditate out here other than a distant dog barking off in the neighborhood or something. Oh, we're going fast now. Going fast, Hendrix. There's dogs over there. You scared? Okay. You're scared. We are retreating through the woods because Hendrix is afraid there's a mean dog back over there. I know the dogs are in pens. That's okay. I have got a little bit of a scaredy cat dog. I love the way he's staying on the trail. He's not leaving it. Dude, slow down. You're too fast. He said, get me out of these woods, Dad. Hendrix has found a mossy rock to explore, haven't you, buddy? Hopefully you've enjoyed this cool little walk. We're about to get back out to the trailhead. And anyway, maybe there's some things you can take away from this. There's all kinds of settings you could use. I still think low frame rate and wide, and not super wide unless you need it. And then linear when you want to make it look real. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like.